morning, guys. Marcus from Wall Street Assassins back at it again with a new video. I want to give you guys some insight on how to trade these meme stocks. But first off, let's check out the SPY. You can see that the SPY is very oversold. Looking at my RSI, looking for a possible bounce on the break of 376. I want to get above that SMA line, that moving average, clear the headwinds, basically get above 376, and I believe we could start having a possible bounce going towards 380. If not, and we basically have some type of resistance, whenever you guys see a stock go sideways, that means the stock is having resistance. There's an equal fight between buyers and sellers. So this is sideways action we're having here. So if we start to keep on rejecting that 375, we could start having a downtrend. So on that break of 370, let me zoom out. Again, I'm looking at the 180-day chart. If we break that 370, I believe the market could start dropping and making a new low towards that 376. But on the other hand, I want to teach you guys how to trade these meme stocks. These stocks are very volatile. They're moving very fast, which can be great for good profits, but you also want to protect yourself from any downside. So let's look at the king of all meme stocks, GameStop. The GameStop is pushing up towards 513 this morning. We have since pulled back. We're sitting at 458. The main thing you guys want to do when you're trading these major meme stocks is that you guys want to focus on key support and resistance levels. Support and resistance is basically areas in which you're seeing that the stock is having a problem passing. So what we can see is that you can see that GameStop has made a high of 513 and is starting to pull back. So on the next time, if you guys haven't gotten to GameStop yet, make sure the stock breaks above 513 and holds above that area before you guys look for a possible position. If GameStop does break 513 with the amount of hype that's going on behind this stock, I believe this stock could possibly push up to even 600 and maybe even higher. So definitely don't jump in at the bell and wait for a possible pullback, a moderate drop in the stock, and wait for that break of 513 before we could look for a possible uptrend. If we start to see any weakness within this stock, we want to short it possibly from that 383. There is a lot of stuff going on. I know Robinhood has restricted the stock. TD Ameritrade has restricted the stock. So they're trying to stop the movement in which is what's going on right now. So definitely watch for that break of 383. And then we could start possibly dropping towards that 303. If we break 303, the game's over, and then the stock basically starts to take a tumble from there. You can see the stock has been holding the trade line so beautifully on the way up. So definitely want to be cautious. Also, I want you guys to practice safe trading. Use a stop loss. A stop loss protects you from any risk of a downtrend. So if you get in and you're in profit, be comfortable with the amount of profits that you made. Set a stop loss to protect yourself and protect your gains from any downside. Focus on major support and resistance levels. Lock in profits if you're seeing any weakness. Just like you can see, if the stock starts going sideways and you see a massive drop, you don't want to be in a position and then you never know when the stock is going to come back. As you know, this stock is not evaluated to be at this price. So you always want to play more cautiously. Just like if you was driving, you would want to basically be more on the brakes than the gas. So definitely be cautious with that one as well. Other meme stocks that are running, Bed Bath & Beyond is running as well. You can see the stock shot up towards 55 and has since pulled back. Another common trend we're seeing is holding above that trade line. So definitely want to use that trade line as some type of guidance. The trade line is this blue line in which my stock is focusing on holding above. So you can see we hit that 550, 55.90. Once we break 55.90, we could start pushing up towards 60. If not, on the break of 45, we could start dropping down towards 41. Of course, practice safe caution. Next one, KOSS. So KOSS, actually, I was watching this one this morning for the break of 110. We have since pushed up from that to 134. Once we break 134, we could start pushing up towards 140. Then we could possibly push up towards like 150, 160. If not, look for a possible pullback. Let's drop back down towards the 20-day. On the pullback, we could possibly short the stock from 111 down towards 197, down towards 179. So definitely be cautious of that as well. BlackBerry is not really moving as fluid as the other stocks. So definitely be careful with that one as well. If we break 24, we could start pushing up towards 28. So you can see that there is two candles over here. They haven't, they filled up, and this one is basically a stress candle where it tried to break it and couldn't break it. So definitely want to wait for that $24 break before we can start pushing up towards 28. If not, and the stock starts pulling back, we could probably start getting in from 22 down towards 21, and then we could retest that 17. So watch out for that one as well. Next one, NAKD. All these meme stocks are making massive moves. The stock has shot up from 28 cents and we hit a high of $3.63. You can see that, again, focus on major support and resistance levels. On the break of $2.83, which we're sitting at right now, the stock could possibly push up towards that $3.63. So it had a stress candle, pushed up towards that level, couldn't hold it. This is the level in which it's holding right now. So we want to see a break of that 283 before we could start pushing up. Again, focus on major support and resistance levels. If that stock breaks this support, in which you could see this red candle held above, the stock could drop from 210 all the way down towards 158. So that's on that one. Next one, NOK. So NOK pushed up pretty nicely yesterday, had a massive drop, as you guys can see. That's another thing. Don't jump in at the bell. Make sure you guys wait for a pullback. Make sure you're getting in at the right time. These moves, you have to basically be very strategic before you go into these moves. You can see that the stock has pushed up towards 607. It couldn't really hold 607. So on the break of 607, we could start pushing up towards that $7 range. So definitely watch for that. And if we break $7, we'll have a massive squeeze towards that 9.79. So watch for that as well. And then if we break $5, the stock could possibly start dropping down towards that 465. Another one, AMC. I actually took a trade in this one. This one's another one that is restricted on TD and Robinhood. So definitely be cautious with that. If you're in it, then maybe you probably, as soon as you sell it, you probably won't be able to get back in. But if you're able to get into AMC using Webull or another platform, on the break of 1991, right here, we could have another squeeze towards 25. And then if you look at the 5-year chart, this one actually has a lot more room to travel. If you look at the 5-year chart, this has room to travel towards 34 and maybe even higher. So definitely want to be cautious with that, as these stocks are getting inflated and a lot of people are basically diversifying themselves and going into different stocks. So you're not really getting that basically GameStop effect, because not a lot of people are jumping into these one stocks. So definitely be cautious with that. Last one I wanted to talk about was actually Tesla, which is one of the original meme stocks. This stock has actually had earnings yesterday. The earnings weren't as good as what expected. The stock is very oversold now, looking like it's having a minor bounce this morning. So definitely want to see what's going to happen. We're below the trade line. We're below the SMA line, which normally act as resistance for the stock. You can see the trade line acted as resistance all the way down for the stock. If we start breaking $826, we could start pushing up towards that $853. If not, and this line still acts as resistance, this could be what's called a dead cat bounce, where the stock was trading at a higher price, drop, try to recover. People are stressed out trying to get the stock back to its original price, and they can't, and they will create a bigger low. So definitely watch out for that. If that happens and we start to reject this trade line right here, the next possible low, let me zoom out for you guys. Next possible low on Tesla is 794, and then we could possibly make a new low towards that 771. So be cautious of that, mainly watching the overall market. A lot of news coverage with what's going on with Wall Street Bets. They are back up and running, so definitely want to see what's going on with that. Stay cautious out there. Be protective. Practice safe trading. Use a stop loss. A stop loss does not help if the stock gets halted. A halt is basically a temporary pause in the stock. Now, all halts are temporary. Also be careful of that as well, too. If there's any foul play found within the stock, they will close the stock for either a day, months, or even a year, or take it off the market in general if they find out one of these people who are actually running the stock is basically making the moves happen as well, too. So definitely be cautious with that. Use a stop loss to protect yourself from any risk, and practice safe trading. I'll see you guys in the next video.